Seventh grade advanced class. Let's go ahead and get the study guide going for your midterm. I'm going to go ahead and do all these so you know how to do them. I'm pretty sure we'll cover them all in class, but let's go and go through them anyways. First one, number one, we got 3 minus 2z equals 9. Well, remember I'm going to be looking for z, so z has to stay over here. Everything else is going to go over there. So the first thing I'm going to do is take care of the 3, because 3 and 9 are like terms. I'm going to subtract 3 from this side, which means I'll subtract 3 from this side. This is going to leave me negative 2z. 9 minus 3 is 6. Now I got to get negative 2 away from z, so I'm going to divide negative 2 away, which means I'll divide it from over here. My z comes down. I'll bring it over here so I got a little room. Equal sign comes down, and 6 divided by negative 2 will give me negative 3, because a positive divided by a negative is a negative, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. All right, let's go to number 2. Number 2, I got to remember to distribute like terms first. That means I'll take this negative 3, multiply it to the n to negative 5. Let's go ahead and rewrite this. This would be 3 equals negative 3n and then negative 3 times negative 5 will make a positive 15. And then we'll put minus n. All right, negative 3 and negative n make negative 4. So this is going to be 3 equals negative 4n. I'm going to rewrite that so it doesn't look like a 9. Plus 15. Now I'm going to subtract. Remember, I got to get n by itself. I need to combine my like terms. 3 and 15 are both numbers. They end the same way with no letter after them. So I'll subtract 15 from this side, which means I'll subtract 15 from this side. Negative 15 and 3 make negative 12. That's going to equal negative 4n. I'm going to go ahead and divide negative 4 away from n. I'm doing this because right now they're being multiplied. I have to do the opposite. So I'm sending it to the opposite side, inverse operations. Now I have a negative divided by a negative. That's going to be a positive, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. And that's going to equal n. Let's go to number 3 here. Knight buys 5 DVDs online. He pays $54.95, including $4.50 for shipping, right? And solve a two-step equation to find how much you might pay for each DVD. Two-step equation means I'm going to add or subtract, and multiply or divide. So I see it's 5 DVDs. It doesn't tell me how much a DVDs cost. That's what they're asking for. So this is going to start off with 5x, or I'll use D for DVD. It says he pays $54.90, which means everything's going to equal $54.95. And it says that it included $4.50 for shipping. So that means I'm going to take this amount and add it to $4.50. To get a 5D by itself, I got to combine these numbers, which are like terms. The opposite of positive 450 is negative 450. Whatever I subtract from one side, I subtract from the other. When I subtract this, it's going to give me 5d equal, well, 5 minus 0 is 0. 9 minus 5 is 4. My decimal comes down. 4 minus 4 is 0, and then I have 5. All right? Now I'm going to have to go ahead and, yep, I'm going to have to divide by 5 to get d by itself. And whatever I divide from one side, I divide from the other. 5d divided by 5 is d all by itself. And 50.40 divided by 5, well, I'm going to go with 10.08. All right, so number 4. Use properties of equality to determine if the equation has one solution, no solution, or infinite many solutions. The minute that I've seen that my coefficients are different, I automatically know there's one solution. The rule is if they're different, it's one solution. If they're the same, and my numbers are the same as well, that's infinitely many solutions. Or if they're the same and my numbers are different, then that would be no solution. So let's go ahead and see why I'm going to get one solution. First of all, I know I'm going to end up with an x, because even when I take away 2.2 from this side and take it away from this side, and we're not dividing here, we're combining like terms. That requires addition and subtraction. My negative 10 comes down. Didn't do anything with that. And this turns to a 1.4x. And all that's going to equal 18. Now I'm going to do the opposite of minus 10, because I need to get 1.4 by itself. So I'm going to add 10. Whatever I add to one side, I add to the other. Uh, 18 and 10 is 28. Now 20 equals 1.4x. I'm going to divide 1.4 away. So I can get x alone, which means I have to divide 1.4 from this side. I know that 28 divided by 14 would be 2, so 28 divided by 1.4 would be 20. So that means 20 equals x. All right, let's see. We got number 5, 7 minus 3x minus 4 equals 1/4 times 1 or negative 12x plus 8. Wow. All right, let's solve this one. First, I need to distribute my properties, so all this is going to be the same. I think I'm going to rewrite this using my numbers here, typing it in. So this is going to be 7 minus 3x minus 4. It's going to be equal to, well, 1/4 times negative 12. And that's what we're doing here, distributing, right? We're taking this number and applying it to both of these numbers. All right? So, again, we have 1/4. Hold on a second. There we go. Well, 1/4 of 12 is 3, so 1/4 of negative 12 will be negative 3. Okay? And then 1/4 of 8 will be 2, so it'll be plus 2. All right? Now that it's rewritten, let's combine like terms. 7 minus 4 is 3. My like terms are right here. Let's see here if I can highlight it for you. 7 and negative 4. So I'm going to go ahead and say 7 minus 4 is 3. That means I can take, let's see, sorry about that. Pressed the wrong number. All right. 3 minus 3x, and that's going to be equal to, oh, I'm sorry, this should have been negative 3x. Sorry about that. Yeah, I forgot the x was after the 12. So we're coming right back here to negative 3x plus 2. Okay? Now I'm going to do the resting pin. It's going to need some inverse operations. Now remember, it's saying, tell me if it has one solution, no solutions, or infinitely many solutions. So in this case, I'm looking at, I got 3x here, I got 3x here. So when I add 3x to both sides, now I have 3x minus 3x. This is going to leave me 2. 3 minus 3 is 0, so that's 0 x's. Equal sign comes down. 3 minus 3 is 0 again. And so 3 is left over here, right? I got this one here. I got this one here. And does 3 ever equal 2? No. So there are no solutions here. Okay. All right, let's go to number 6. Use properties of inequality to solve. I'm going to solve this, excuse me. I need to find my like terms. That's a negative 9 and 7. I need to make sure everything goes away from D. That means I have to add 9 over here. Whatever I add to one side, I add to the other. I know that 7 and 9 make 16. So 16 is greater than or equal to 4D. I'm going to divide 4 away from 4D. Means I'll divide it from 16. My D comes down. I did not divide by a negative number, so my symbol stays the same. And 16 divided by 4 is 4. Let's try number 7. This time we have 1.4b minus 7.5 is less than 0.9. Again, these are my common, my like terms, excuse me. So I'm going to have to do that first. I'm going to add 7.5, which means I add 7.5 to this side. When I do that, I get 1.4b is less than, well, 0.9 and 7.5 will give me 8.4. I'm going to have to divide 1.4b by 1.4. Whatever I divide from one side, I divide from the other. B comes down. I did not divide by a negative number, so I can keep my symbol the same. Now I got to find out what is 8.4 divided by 1.4. I'm thinking 6 off the top of my head. 8.4 divided by 1.4 gives us, yep, just as I thought, 6. All right, wait a second, was that a 6 or a 0.6? 8.4 divided by 1.4 was 6, okay. Let's go to, don't set a graph, let's go to number 8. Find the unit rate to determine if the rates are equivalent. to do this, from my understanding, we're just going to divide 24 feet in 16 minutes is 24 divided by 16. That's 1.5. All right, and then there's 22 divided by 14. And that is 1.514, whole bunch of stuff. 1.5, what was the rest of that mess? 22 divided by 14, 1.5714. Did it repeat at all? Let's see, 714285. Oh, there it is, 285. And I'm pretty sure that 5 starts repeating to 5714. Let's see. There's the 5. 7142857114. Yep. So it all repeats. So all of this repeats. So are they equivalent? No, they are not equivalent. All right, now I've got number 9. You have 1,240 Indian rupees. I want to buy a t-shirt that costs 18 US dollars. Okay. Do you have enough money to buy the t-shirt? Use the exchange rate. 1 US dollar equals 65.30 rupees. Well, okay. If I have 1 US dollar equals 65.3 rupees, and just put R over here, I guess. Sorry, that probably looks more like an M than an R. And I want to know what it is 1,240 rupees. Let's see. Okay, you have 1,240 Indian rupees and want to buy a t-shirt that costs $18. First thing I could do is say the t-shirt costs $18. So I want to find out how much a t-shirt is. Okay, so I can say that I'm going to multiply this to 18. So I have $18. 18 US dollars. Well, whatever I multiply to one side, I have to multiply to the other. So I'm going to have to take 65.3 rupees and multiply it to 18. That's, let's see here, 65.3, right? 65.3 times 18. Oh, I put times 14, I'm sorry. 65.3 times 18. That's going to equal 1,175.4. So that's equal to 1,175.4. Okay, so remember, says we have this much, and the shirt costs this much. This is the equivalent of the shirt. 1,240 is more than, so I'm going to say, use it. Do you have enough to buy it? Yes, I do. When I justify my answer, because I'm just going to type this in. Because 1,240 is greater than 1,175. All right. So let's see, let's go on to this next part. Determine if X and Y are proportional. This is an easy one. No, they are not proportional. And it says to explain, so I'm going to type this answer out. Because though it is a straight line, it does not go through the origin. All right. Let's go ahead and try number 10. The table below shows the maximum airspeed of a camera drone. So it's 20 feet in 5 seconds, 52 feet in 13 seconds, 112 feet in 28 seconds. Is the relationship proportional? If so, what is the constant of proportionality? To be proportional, all these are going to have to go ahead and equal each other. So when I take 20 and divide it by 5, let's see. Really, we should be taking distance and dividing it by time, yes. So let's see here. We got 20 divided by 5. Well, that's 4. Everybody knows that. 52 divided by 13, a little more tricky. 52 divided by 13. That also equals 4. And we have 112 divided by 28. That's also 4. So, in answer to this question, yeah, these are proportional. They should end up going to 0 because if I divide, if I keep on going and dividing by 4, I should get to 0 on for both of these. When seconds is 1, right? 5 divided by 5 is 4. 20 divided by 5 is 4, right? So it's going to give me 1 through 4, and that's going to go through it. So is the relationship proportional? Yes. So what is the constant of proportion? 4. Right, write and solve an equation using the constant of proportionality to find how many feet are traveled after 60 seconds. Well, remember, I can use my equation y equals kx. Remember, it's proportional, so it goes through 0. I don't have to put anything after this. Remember, this is 60 seconds. And seconds was my x, right? So because that's seconds is going to be my independent variable. So after 60 seconds, that means x is going to be 60. If my constant of proportionality is 4, I'm going to be multiplying that to 4 to equal y. Okay? I know 60 times 4 is 240 because 6 times 4 is 24. So y has to equal 240. I'm going to number 12. The vertices of a triangle are A, 1 and negative 2, B, 4 and negative 1, and C, 1 and negative 6. Draw a figure and its reflection over the y-axis. So A is 1 and negative 2. So 1 and then negative 2 is A. Then B is 4 and negative 1. 4 and negative 1 will be right here. Remember, that's B. This was A. And C was 1 and negative 6. 1 and negative 6. C. So I'm going to take my line tool here and make this triangle, this figure. Now it says to draw the figure and its reflection over the y-axis. So if it's reflection, that means A will be at 1 and -1 and 2. This will be A prime. I'm going to put that little asterisk there. B is going to be at -4 and -1. So this would be B prime. And then C will be at -1 and -6. And we make our line again. And remember to label this one C prime. Okay, let's go to number 13. Describe the rotation between the 2 points. Okay, if I have A and -1 and 5, and I'm just going to use this graph up here. So -1 would be here and -5 would be here. So just I'm going to put this in kind of blue, somewhere around there, right? And I'm going to try to erase that later. And it's saying that now it's at 5 and -1. So now it's at 5 and -1. So right where I wrote B at, right? So they're saying what happened from here to here? Well, if this whole piece was rotated at the origin and it rotated this way in this direction, then it would be still here, right? And still at -5, right? It would be, yeah, it would be at 5 instead of -5. So I'm going to say it was rotated clockwise 90 degrees. Okay, and I think I'm going to erase this stuff because I wouldn't want it confused as my answer to anything. Okay. All right, let's see here. Oh, wow, I'm sorry. I said clockwise instead of counterclockwise. What am I thinking here? Yeah, I need to change this. I apologize. Counterclockwise. All right. Let's see. Let's go to number 14 next. There it is. The two triangles are similar. Find and use the scale factor to find the missing measure. Okay, if I did this, I'm going to look comparatively at my shapes. If they said they're similar, it means that they should have the same angle measures, just not the same side lengths. I know this is the longest side, right? I'll chalk this one up as 3 for the longest, which means it has to be similar to this one. I know this is the next smaller size, so I'll put this at 2. And the next smaller size over here would be here. And that would make this the smallest. So x is comparable to 8. And I know that y, or I shouldn't say x, this side over here is comparable to 15. Now I can go ahead and say that I have, let's see, x over 8. It's got to be equal to, remember, x is bigger, right? So the bigger side over here was 6. This would be 6 I'm sorry, this is x over here. This should be 15 over 8. There we go. That's comparable to, let's make sure 15 was the bigger side, yes. 6 over x. I'm going to cross multiply, and this is going to be 15x. Let me write this up here. Give me some room to work. 15x is equal to 6 times 8. All right, I got, I'm going to divide, oh, I'm sorry, I don't divide it. I got to solve this side. There's going to be 15x again. It's going to be equal to 48. Okay. So now I can say that I got to divide by 15 on both sides to find out what x is. What is 48 divided by 15? That's 3.2. So x has to be 3.2. All right, let's get to number 15. Do the side lengths 4, 6, and 10 make a triangle? Well, I know that 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. And the rules for triangle is my two shorter sides sum must be greater than my third side. So let's write that in. The sum of the two smaller sides must be greater than the third side. I guess I should put the measure of the third side. All right, let's go to number 16. Select all that are true for the figure. Oh, this is going to take some careful examination. Over here, I see this is D. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to mark these with different colors. Angle DAE. Let's look for that one. DAE. Okay. DAE. That doesn't even make an angle, does it? No. So I'm going to go with a hard no for that one, just because that makes no sense. D, A, and E are not even angles. EAF, EAF, no. Okay, so that's totally false. How about this one? Angle CAD, CAD, wow. An angle BAF, BAF, I guess FBA would be it, are adjacent. I don't see that because CAD is way over here. They don't even make an angle. Let's try the next one. If angle BAF, BAF, so let's just say them at this one here, is 40 degrees, then angle DAE is 40. They're saying DAE, DAE. I'm going to go with no on that again. I'm sorry, I had to go back and check and see if I accidentally put the wrong information here, and I did. So I'm going to have to start it from scratch on this one. This was for a different problem, And I was trying to catch it on like, wow, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Doesn't look like any of these are matching. So let's try this again. Again, we have DAE. We know that there is no angle DAE. Okay, we need a vertex. This is like a line with another line through there. And it says an angle EAF are supplementary. E, A, and F, as you can see, they're not even sharing a vertex as well. So that's not right. Try this one, ABC, ABC, and ABF, ABF are adjacent. That's true because this angle and this angle share a vertex right here, and they share a line right here. So B would be correct. Let's go to the next one, angle BAF. I'm just going to erase this now that we answer that one. All right, BAF, that could be this angle here. And let's see, is 40. Then DAE, D and E are way far from each other. Then they're 40. No, if anything, DBC would be. So we're going to mark that one incorrect as well. Next, let's look at angle CAB. CAB, we could say we're talking about this one. And then DAE are complementary. DAE are not an angle. So once again, that's not going to work. And let's try if angle BAD, well, that's just really a straight line, isn't it? Okay. Is 140. There's no way that's 140. Then BAF, BA and F are 40. Let's see. I'm going to go with no because this is definitely a straight line. And the last one, if angle ABF, ABF, and angle CBD, CBD, oh, they're saying, are they vertical? Absolutely, they're vertical because they're on opposite sides of two lines crossing. So F is an answer as well. All right, let's go to number 17, the last one. Find the measure of the interior angle. It should be pretty easy because I know all triangles equal 180. So I'm going to go back to my black ink here. So all these angles have to equal 180. I know one angle is 25. I know it's going to be added to x. Now it's going to be added to x plus 45. All right, so there's two x's there. So I can say this is really 2x. I know 25 and 45, well, that makes 70. So plus 70 is going to equal 180. I know that I'm going to combine my like terms, 70 and 180. I have to minus 70. I have to do the opposite what's there to bring it to the opposite side. And this is going to make it 110. And it's going to make this 2x. Now I'm going to have to divide by 2 to get x by itself, which means I have to divide 110 by 2 to get x by itself. That's going to give me 55. So x is 55. It says find the measure of the interior angle of the triangle. The interior angles. Well, okay, so x here is going to be 55. And then this over here is 55 plus 45. So let's just write that in, 55 plus 45. That's going to equal 100. Make double sure we got 100 plus 55 plus 25, just to make sure it equals 180. 100 plus 55 plus 25. 5 plus 5 is 0, carry the 1. That's 10, so I carry the 1. And then this is going to be 7, 8, 9. Oh, no, sorry. 100. Wait, this 1 goes over here, not over there. That's what I was doing wrong. So that's 1 plus 5 plus 2, that's 8. And then the other one comes down, that's 180. So yes, the three angles are 100, 55, and 25. That's all the problems. All right, guys, I hope this helps you prepare for the test. I'll see you in class where we will continue to review the sheet, and have a great day. See you.